Hi, and welcome to Miami University's online Fulbright information session. I'm Carla Guinigundo, the Fulbright advisor here at Miami. Today, I will be talking about the mission of the Fulbright program, what goes into a competitive application, and the application process and timeline for U.S. applicants. The Fulbright program was launched in 1946. At this point in U.S. history, World War II had just ended and the United States was working on ways to re-engage with the world. Senator J. William Fulbright from Arkansas had the idea to increase intercultural understanding through citizen exchange rather than relying on government interaction alone. Initially funded with war surplus, the Fulbright program forged bilateral relationships in countries around the globe and has been fostering cross-cultural understanding for more than 75 years. The program is sponsored by the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. Fulbright is administered by the Institute for International Education here in the United States and by U.S. embassies and binational commissions abroad. Fulbright actively recruits a diverse pool of applicants and wants to dispel the notion that there is one type of American. Fulbright scholars represent the wide range of ethnicities, races, ages, religions, sexual orientations, genders, and abilities that are reflected in American society. The Fulbright program is open to everyone. To be eligible for the Fulbright program, you must be a U.S. citizen by the application deadline and have at least a bachelor's degree or its equivalent by the start date of the grant. Most applicants at Miami are graduating seniors, but recent graduates, graduate students, and even early career professionals are eligible to apply. At Miami, we encourage our alumni to apply with our campus cohort. Alumni have the same access to advising and campus support as our on-campus applicants. Because of the binational nature of the program, there are also country-specific requirements that applicants will need to be aware of. These can be found on the individual country pages on the Fulbright website. You will notice that there is no GPA requirement for Fulbright eligibility. While a strong academic record can help you be competitive in the Fulbright program, other knowledge, skills, and abilities that can contribute to your effectiveness to serve as a cultural ambassador factor heavily in this competition. Miami students with GPAs ranging from 3.0 to 4.0 have been awarded Fulbright grants. 2,200 Fulbright Awards are currently offered in more than 140 countries. The two main award categories are the Study Research Grant and the English Teaching Assistantship, or ETA. Both grants offer placements for about 8 to 10 months, aligning with the academic calendar in the host country. The Study Research Grants have two pathways. The research pathway is the traditional Fulbright path and is the least structured of the options. As a research applicant, you will propose your own research questions, design your own project, and determine the best location and affiliate institution for your work. Many countries now also offer a graduate study pathway, which is the opportunity to enroll in a graduate degree program for the Fulbright year. If you opt to pursue this option, keep in mind that you must apply for Fulbright in the graduate degree program separately. Your Fulbright award would be contingent on your admission to your chosen degree program. The ETA program is newer, but is very popular and is the largest area of growth for Fulbright. ETA applicants apply to be an assistant to a full-time English teacher in the host country and serve as a native English-speaking conversation partner and U.S. cultural ambassador. If selected, the Fulbright Commission or U.S. Embassy places grantees at a host institution, taking into account the student's skills and preferences and the host institution's needs. ETA placements are available at the elementary, secondary, and post-secondary levels and vary by country. Students interested in applying to China, Egypt, India, Indonesia, Jordan, Morocco, and Russia are able to also apply for the Critical Language Enhancement Award. This award provides 3 to 6 months of additional funding to support intensive language study before or after the Fulbright grant period. Eligible countries may change from year to year, depending on the U.S. Department of State priorities. Perhaps the greatest benefit of the Fulbright program is the opportunity to contribute to its intercultural education mission, which Fulbright Taiwan refers to as helping create a world with a little more knowledge and a little less conflict. By carrying out your grant responsibilities, you play a role in helping achieve this important mission. Grant benefits during the Fulbright year include round-trip airfare, a stipend to cover housing and meal costs, and health insurance benefits. Depending on your country and project, you may also be eligible for a research allowance, tuition remission, language courses, or other types of support. After you have completed your grant, you'll be welcomed into the global network of nearly 400,000 Fulbright Exchange alumni, and you will have 12 months of non-competitive eligibility for federal government employment. Having a completed Fulbright grant on your resume also carries with it a certain amount of prestige that can be beneficial as you pursue graduate study or employment following your grant. The Fulbright application has a number of pieces that you will need to pull together. The online form is where you will enter your personal information and program information, as well as answer a few short answer questions. You don't have the opportunity to upload a resume as part of the application, but you will be able to get most of the information on your resume into this form. You want to highlight as much relevant activity as you can from your college years, but avoid adding information from high school. There are 2 Fulbright essays, the Statement of Grant Purpose and the Personal Statement. Research applicants have a 2-page limit for the Statement of Grant Purpose. ETA applicants have 1 page. The personal statement is just 1 page for both grant types. These essays are super short but are not easily written. I encourage you to start on the essays early so you have plenty of time for revision and editing. 3 references will be needed for the application for both grant types, and if the country you're applying to has a language requirement, you will also need to have a formal language evaluation completed. You will need to order an electronic transcript from the registrar's office to upload into the application. Currently enrolled students will want to wait to order transcripts until your spring semester grades are recorded and you have registered for your fall courses. If you're applying for a research grant or an arts grant, you may also need to upload a letter of support from your affiliate institution or a portfolio of your artistic work. These requirements, again, may vary by country, so be sure to reference your country's page on the Fulbright website for specific instructions. There are a number of factors that contribute to having a competitive Fulbright application. First and foremost is the quality and the feasibility of your proposal. Do you have a clear understanding of how you will carry out your research project or what strategies you might use to engage students in a classroom? You will want to demonstrate that you have an understanding of the cultural environment of your country and the challenges you might face once you're there. It is important to show that you are qualified and capable of doing what you are proposing to do. For research proposals, experience working with faculty on research or performing well in methods or research courses can demonstrate your ability to carry out an independent project. For ETA applicants, if you don't have actual teaching experience, highlighting your skills in coaching, mentoring, or tutoring can be important. Treat this as if you are applying for a job. Spending a year in another country can be stressful and challenging. How will you convey that you have the flexibility and the adaptability to adjust to a new cultural environment and fulfill the responsibilities of your grant? Do you have the level of language proficiency that your country is seeking? Is it clear why you want this Fulbright grant? Keep in mind that Fulbright is not a gap year program. Competitive applicants need to be able to articulate a strong rationale for why you are pursuing this experience in your chosen country and how it will help you achieve your academic or professional goals. Never lose sight of Fulbright's mission of fostering intercultural understanding. Regardless of whether you're planning to do an environmental research project in Brazil or teach English in Mongolia, you need to convey your interest in being a part of that mission and sharing your unique American perspective as a cultural ambassador. The Fulbright application timeline is challenging. The application opens annually around April 1st. April to September is the period you have to work on the online application and develop your proposal. This may seem like a long time period, but I encourage you to start as early as possible. You will want to give your references at least 3 to 4 weeks to write your recommendations, and providing them with good drafts of your essays can be helpful. Leave yourself plenty of time to edit and revise multiple drafts of your essays. The Miami campus deadline is always in mid-September. This is usually the third or fourth Friday of the fall semester, and it will be extremely difficult to pull together a competitive Fulbright application if you wait to start until you return in the fall. I encourage you to start working on your applications during spring semester. The Miami campus deadline is a few weeks ahead of the national deadline, which is usually in early to mid-October. We do this because of the campus interview requirement. All Miami applicants will participate in a campus interview with a panel of faculty. The purpose of the interview is to give you feedback that you can use to strengthen your application and also provide Miami with the content we need to draft the campus committee evaluation form. If you will not be on campus in the fall, don't worry. We can conduct your interview by video conference. Following the national deadline, applications are reviewed by a panel of U.S. faculty in November and December. Semifinalists are announced in January, and those applications are then sent to the host countries for final review. Final notifications come back between March and June. There are many resources available to you as you work on your Fulbright application. I encourage you to participate in the webinars offered on the Fulbright website and view some of the videos on the Fulbright YouTube channel. I also encourage you to reach out to me so we can set up a time to talk about your individual interests in the Fulbright program. I'm available to help you through the application process and will be glad to answer any questions you might have. The best way to reach me is by email at guinigkm@miamioh.edu, or you can call my office at 513-529-5622. Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to hearing from you.